Hey, y'all, and welcome to Mr. Bain's American History class for the remainder of quarter four. I hope you are as excited as I am to get back after it and learn some cool stuff for the remainder of the spring. And so this here video is just a little starter to get you going and to help you understand how this is going to work the rest of the semester, at least in this class. So anyway, I'm here in my basement, and so this is where I am. This is my where I do my grad school stuff, and down here in the basement where you can go and hide away. And behind me, I put up one of our flags from the classroom. This one is one that we hadn't. I hadn't really brought up all year long, but it was a new one for this year, and so it's going to come up in this class this semester. So there it is, and I'll let you know when it comes into play here. So yeah, here we go. This is what you see in the majority of the screen here is where all of your lessons are going to be. And I found this cool template where you can make your lessons look like they're on Netflix. And to me, that just seemed super awesome. And it made everything seem more interesting and more fun for me to do. Hopefully it's more fun for you to do. And hopefully it's a good way to organize or to have the lessons organized. So I want to give you a tiny little tutorial about how that works. This is the screen that you are right here. I'm going to put the video that I'm saying right now on this screen. So a little bit of Google Inception here. This is a little explanation here. You're going to follow along with the Google slideshow. I'm going to mark each lesson with some sort of a date that shows you when the lesson is live on Google Classroom. I'm doing that. I could have put them all up right away, and then you could have hurried up and got done with everything. It still would have taken you a few days to do, but this way it'll be better that we can have some sort of dialogue with Actively Learns, your favorite, and with some of the other things that we're going to do in this class, so that we're kind of doing it together, so that there's some sort of dialogue. History is a lot about having discussions and things like that, and so I didn't want to miss out on that part. So that's why we're kind of going to go somewhat together. But if you ever get behind, it'll be really easy to see, oh, I missed that week because I was sick or whatever, and I can go back and see what I was doing. So anyway, the next screen, still on this screen, it might be a good idea to star your learning slides as I just did, so you can always come back to it. I'll try to keep it on Google Classroom all the time. What we're going to do is we're going to have 16 lessons to finish up the year. There might be one or two more. 10 of these are going to be on the American Civil War. 3 are going to be on this thing called Reconstruction, 2 on Native Americans on the plains, and then 1 about how Americans started to move into cities like crazy, and it caused tons of changes. So yeah, anyway, next slide. If you're familiar with Netflix, this will look kind of familiar. So it's kind of going to be your table of contents, these next few slides, showing you what you're going to be doing. So lesson number 1 here is on Lincoln's problems. And so anyway, so you got Abe's face here, and have a little explanation of what the lesson's going to be about down there. And then it says April 6th. And while a lot of important things in the Civil War happened in the spring, and a lot of times it was in April, these dates will be for when the content is live, basically. So your first lesson will be April 6th. And so there it is. And so it'll be live here today for April 6th. And then I don't have this updated yet, but the next one for Manassas is going to be later that week. So it'll probably be April 8th. And then Shiloh will be the Monday of the next week, and Antietam of the Wednesday of next week. And so you'll pretty much always have 2 lessons every week. So be looking for those. So if you click on Mr. Lincoln here for lesson number 1, it'll take us to the episode page down here, and there you have everything you need. We have a introductory video that you could click on to watch as I introduce what this lesson is. Part 2 is your classwork, and for this week, it's going to take, for week 1, it's going to take the longest. It's one of those IRGs, and so you're going to do book work and worksheet stuff. I promise it's not always going to be that way, but for this week it is. It's a pretty good IRG talking about some of the things that Lincoln had to deal with during the Civil War. So pretty cool. Next one is a short little video. It's like 4 minutes long. It's from a movie called Gods and Generals, which is kind of a controversial movie, but there are a ton of historical parts in it that are awesome. And so anyway, so this is just part of that movie, and you will watch that and understand what this Robert E. Lee character was a little bit about. And then part 4 is your assessment over there with Arlington House in the picture, and there's a Google Doc for you to do, and you turn that in on Google Classroom. So everything will be here on the Google Slides, but then once you're done, or once you go through it, the stuff will also be on Google Classroom. So you might not need this at all. It's very possible. I just think this is a great way to organize your stuff. And so you'll be doing it here, but then you'll turn your stuff in on Google Classroom. Okay, so like that assessment and the IRG, which are the 2 things that you'll complete for this week, they will be turned in on Google Classroom, and those links will be there on the date that it goes live, which is, of course, for the first one, April 6th. Okay, moving on, the rest of the lessons are spelled out for you there, and so as we get into the end of the Civil War there, lesson 11, Reconstruction, and finishing up Reconstruction, Native Americans out here on the plains, and then the growth of cities. It is possible that I will add a little bit more. There's also going to be a final of some kind, and you'll see that throughout the lesson or throughout the weeks. You'll see that get brought up as well, is that there will be different opportunities for finals. One of which is going to be to, I won't even bring it up. There'll be all kinds of things as we go that you will see as opportunities for a final. Okay. As always, now more than ever, definitely email me if you have any questions about anything, if something doesn't work, if you're confused, if you have a question about the lesson. I would love to get your feedback and to get questions from you and stuff like that. And so, yeah, anyway, all of this is kind of subject to change, and the way the semester goes could change as we go, as I might learn better things for us to do and to try for this class. But anyway, this is a basic overview of the way things are going to go. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, please let me know. But I hope it goes pretty well. So I think it will. So any questions, let me know. And I miss you guys. And I'm excited to get started on some real stuff about the Civil War. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys later.